Hi, Harrison. Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you.
Awesome. Thanks for having on with us. We'll go straight into questions for you, and we will start it off with Bob Pockris. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Harrison, I'm curious just how you feel kind of about the vibe of your team going into the playoffs.
I feel really good about it. Obviously there's a big, kind of frustration with myself is that we haven't won, right? For me, that's frustrating. I feel like we should have won multiple races by now. We've run good enough to win multiple races by now. So not coming through and winning those races is frustrating. But on the other hand, we've had the speed to do it. We have the confidence to go out and do it. So there's no better time than now to go make it happen. And we've run really well these last few races. Other than Bristol, we struggled actually quite a bit. But leading up to Bristol, we ran fast out of the box pretty much every weekend for a few weekends in a row there. And even Bristol, we kind of scratched and clawed a halfway decent finish out of it. So I feel really confident going in that we're going to have fast Dex Imaging Supras. Now it's just time to go execute on them. And this first round is a big challenge, as you guys know. And I'm sure every other driver you've talked to has said how dangerous the first round is. So, it's really important for us to get off to a good start.
You're only 3 points above the cut. So how do you balance going for wins versus knowing that the risk versus reward could be big?
Yeah, it certainly could be. You find yourself in trouble, and that could be all she wrote. Last year, came in and ran okay at Vegas, and then crashed at Talladega and broke apart at the Roval, and that was it. So it's really about executing at all three races, and for us, the biggest way to do it is go win. You can't. I think you get yourself in trouble if you play the game of being too careful. Everyone else is going to be aggressive, and when the time comes, I know I'll be aggressive and going for that win.
Thank you.
Next question will come from Mitchell Brewer. Go ahead, Mitchell.
Harrison, going into the playoffs, you have a cup ride next season. Does that change your perspective at all, knowing that this might be your last chance to go and get the Xfinity Series championship?
A little bit. And I'll tell you why. There's one regret I've got my whole entire racing career. I've won at every single level that I've been on besides the Truck Series. And that bothers me, right? That was a goal that I had, I didn't succeed in. And 2 years later, I still think about that season and being frustrated about it. And so I think there might be some of that in this series as well. If I don't win this championship, I feel like I've had teams capable of winning championships. I feel I'm a championship capable driver. So going and doing it is really important to me. And I'm really motivated to try and make it happen, because I guess I have a taste of that feeling of leaving a series and having some regret about it. And obviously I've won races in the Xfinity Series and run well, but time has come to go and win a championship and win these races here in these playoffs. So hopefully we can make it happen.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Rob Johnson. Go ahead, Rob.
Hey, Harrison. Good to see you again. Now, I have a couple of questions for you. You found some incredible consistency in the past 8 weeks. So first of all, how encouraged are you about your streak of 8 straight top 10 finishes in terms of building momentum for this year's playoffs?
Yeah, it helps. Obviously, you can go into the playoffs and have a little more confidence there. Just knowing that there's a big difference between thinking you can do it and knowing you can do it, and knowing that we can, shoot off some consistent races in a row, which is what we're going to have to do here to kind of make our way through these rounds. But the biggest thing is now, now it's a whole restart. We're starting from zero and kind of refreshing and reloading and going at this in full, intensity is really important. So I'd love to carry some of that momentum with us, and I think we will. Now it's just a matter of executing and kind of going after it in the way that we always do. And that's, full effort and try and make it happen.
For sure. And my last question for you would be kind of similar to what was asked earlier, but with you moving up to the Cup Series to drive for the Wood Brothers next year, what are some of the values from racing with Joe Gibbs that you're going to carry over personally and professionally?
Yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better workplace environment than my time at Gibbs and Toyota, and I'm really thankful for that. I'm thankful for the way that they've kind of embraced me as being their guy, and going out and trying to win for those people has been really fun. For me, I just want to carry along the things that they've taught me, and try and do them proud next year. Especially with, Gibbs and Toyota, those two groups have really believed in me, and they still do believe in me. So that's exciting. And I'll hopefully carry what they taught me. They taught me a lot about how to handle myself, and I've learned about how to handle myself through these Xfinity Series years. And I hope it'll help me next year for sure.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck to you in the playoff, Harrison. Hope to see you in Charlotte.
Thank you.
Next question will come from Marty Sakala. Go ahead, Marty.
Thanks, Sam. Hey, Harrison. Thanks for the time today. I asked Brandon Jones this earlier, but outside of the 54, you, Jones, and Hemrick have 11 stage wins combined, but he said they've got the speed all around this season. Has it just been a story of luck, just without having the wins this season, or is it just having the other teams having better equipment? What is it? I'm curious, and why.
Yeah, I mean, there's no luck involved. Well, obviously, I'd like to say that there's not luck involved, right? I want to have a reason that we didn't win. I want to have a reason to go and get better, to think about these things and try and get better. And I've had chances to win. 2 races in a row, we had a chance to win. Other than Bristol, we had a chance to win at Darlington, finished second, side by side for the lead in the last lap, and then Richmond leading really late in the race and having really a dominant car. Went 4 wide on the top of the restart, trying to make something happen. And as soon as I got up there, the caution came out. I thought I was going to be in a great situation there. And the timing loop just kind of got me, because I was on the outside. And so they got there first, but, lost their track position. But, what do you call that? I don't know. Little luck went into Richmond, but there's some decision making I could have done better, maybe to try and not have that happen. You just can't plan for that stuff. So there's some of that, right? The other half, there's a lack of execution. Darlington, I had the faster car than the 9 car. Tough place to pass, obviously, but I got to find a way to make that pass happen in the last corner. Things like that kind of have fallen not our way, that we can control and we can get better at. I'm not the kind of guy that likes to sit back and say, oh, we were just unlucky. We got to figure out why and what we can do different. And I think we have a good feel for it, and we can carry those experiences with us to the playoffs.
Also want to ask you, the playoff schedule, I believe, is a lot similar to how it was last year. So I want to ask, how do you approach the round of 12? Because you had some poor finishes at Charlotte, Roval, and Talladega. And then when you were in the round of 8, not as a playoff driver, you had the wins at Texas and Martinsville.
Yeah. So, last year we ran decent at Las Vegas and not great. And then that kind of put us behind, right? Like, gosh, we got to go get some points at Talladega, go out there and get in a crash. I don't know what I could have done different in that crash other than be farther ahead and be away from it. And that hurt a lot, our chances. And then still we had a shot at the Roval. But we just broke apart, and what can you do about that? I don't know. I think the biggest thing is just controlling what you can control, and what really started that kind of downward spiral, if you will, was finishing like 8th or 7th in Las Vegas. We need to run top 5 up here this coming weekend. We need to go out and attack this weekend like it's a must-win scenario. Because if you do win this race, gosh, these next 2 races are they look a lot nicer than they do right now, and those races are a big challenge, and winning now would be huge.
Thanks for the time, man. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, we'll go to Nathan Sullivan. Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, Harrison, thanks for your time today. Obviously, as you mentioned, you don't have any wins this season, and with you going into Cup next season, do you feel any pressure in the sense of showing the Wood Brothers like, hey, I still know how to win again?
you know, I feel like they believe in me as a driver, or they wouldn't have hired me. So yes and no. For myself, I want to win because I that's what I get paid to do. I get paid to go out and drive fast race cars and go win with them, right? And so I would want to win regardless of that, but there is some pressure there, right? Because I'm going to the Cup Series next year. That's a big jump. No matter how you run, it's a big jump. And so hopefully we can win some races here and win this championship, and then that'll give me some confidence for next year. But at the end of the day, you know, I know that they believe in me over there at the Wood Brothers and at the Penske organization. They believe in me as a driver, and that's really all you can ask for. And they feel I have the skills that they can build on and make me a better driver when I get over there, and we can go win some Cup races. And that's all you can ask for is just that belief.
And, you know, you're obviously racing Austin Cindric here for the championship, and, you know, he'll essentially be your teammate next season. So does that relationship, I guess, start building now? You know, do you guys race each other any differently, knowing that next year you're essentially going to be on the same side?
Not really. Me and Austin tend to race each other pretty well. And we actually went to the same high school together. I don't know if a lot of people know that or not, but we grew up in the same high school, and he was a couple years older than me, and obviously in high school, but we kind of knew who each other were, obviously, and paid attention to each other, and have known each other since then. So actually Austin's older brother and my sister were like really good friends in high school. So I've known Austin for a really long time. So that's exciting to kind of get to know him a little better as a teammate, semi teammate next year. Right. And try and work with him. But right now I'm a Joe Gibbs Racing employee, and I'm proud to race for them and Toyota, and proud to go try and win this championship for them before I move to that side. And, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I think.
Great. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Harrison, that is all the questions we have for you today. Thanks for spending some time with us this afternoon, and good luck in the playoffs.
Yep. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.